the first thing we're going to go over is shutter speed. Now, in order to change the shutter speed on your camera, all you have to do is look at the bottom left-hand corner of your live view screen, and you'll see the shutter speed number. In order to change this, all you have to do is go to the top of the camera, look for the dial, and change it from left to right. And this will change the exposure of your camera, either making it darker or brighter. One thing to keep in mind when talking about shutter speed is the slower your shutter speed, the more natural looking motion blur you're going to have in your video. Whereas if you have a faster shutter speed, there's going to be less or no motion blur in your video, and that can usually make it look unnatural. Next, we're going to cover ISO, which is the way you digitally make your image darker or brighter. The higher your ISO, the more grain that will appear in your shot. Now, in order to change ISO on your camera, you have to look at the bottom right-hand corner of your live view screen. There you should see the ISO number, and in order to change this, you have to go to the top of the camera, press the ISO button once, then turn the dial from right to left, and this will digitally alter your film to be either darker or brighter. Next, we're going to go over aperture. Now, aperture is what regulates how much the lens will open and how much light is let into the camera, and this can affect the brightness of your image and change the focus of your foreground and background. If you want to change this on your DSLR camera whilst in movie mode, you have to look at the number that's to the right of the shutter speed number, and in order to change this, you have to press the AV button on the back of the camera body, then go to the top of the camera near the photo button and turn the dial from right to left, and this will alter your aperture. Now, on the body of the camera above the screen, click the menu button to start adjusting your settings. Let's start with the frame rate. The ideal setting you want to set your frame rate at is 24 frames per second, because this is the setting which will give you the most natural looking motion in your video. And now we're on to lighting. Now, the main piece of equipment we're going to be focusing on here is the LED panel light. Now, there are two dials at the back of the LED panel light, one at the top that controls the brightness of the light, and one at the bottom that controls the Kelvin temperature of the light. Now, the LED panel light has two methods of powering it. One is a battery pack that you slide into the slot at the back, like so. Then you flip the switch to the left. The second method of powering the LED panel light is a cable plugged into a wall socket. Then get the end of the cable that plugs into the panel light and plug it into the silver socket. Then flip your switch to the right. Finally, we're going to talk about the main component of the LED panel light, which is of course the four panels on the front. And these can be used to angle or redirect the light for however you want in your film. And now we're going to talk about 3-point lighting. 3-point lighting is the main lighting setup for any film set. First, you have the key light. This is the main source of light on the set, and it's also the brightest. The second light is the fill light. This fills in any shadows left by the key light. And the backlight illuminates the head and shoulders of a person in the frame, and it also separates a subject from the background. Now we're on to the sound tutorial. Now, the first piece of equipment I'm going to show you is the Rode NTG2, or the shotgun microphone. This is like any microphone. It is used for recording sound, and to dilute or diffuse any background sounds that you don't want in your video, such as cars going by or people walking by, you simply put the muffler on like so. Now we're going to talk about the Zoom H4n recording device. Now, in order to turn this device on, all you have to do is hold down the power button until the screen comes on. Then, make sure you have your input set correctly, depending on if you're using the Zoom H4n's mic or if you've got a mic plugged in. Then, to start recording, what you have to do is click the record button once, it will start flashing, then click it again, and it will actually start recording the audio. Then click the square button to stop recording and save the file. Okay, that's it for now. This is goodbye. Have a good day.